Aloha, everyone. Hopefully you guys haven't given up on me yet. It's been a while since I've done an update. So here's our update. We moved to Hawaii on February 10th. And prior to moving, I had reserved an Airbnb for, I think it was like 5 nights. That was all they were able to do. And so we found an Airbnb and stayed in Airbnb in beautiful Leilani Estates for 5 nights. And then during that time when we were staying there, we didn't really know where we were going to go after that. We were kind of just playing it by ear and hoping we found something. Our plan was to come down here and find something temporary, like a month-to-month rental, until we found a house. And our plan was to find a house quickly, which we did. So yeah, we stayed in that Airbnb for 5 or 6 nights. And then we found a month-to-month rental just down the road from where we were staying. And it was awesome. It was really tiny though. Our landlord was great. He had tons of banana trees, and he shared with us, and he shared his plants with us and our starts, and we had a lot of different, or a lot of the same views. We love gardening, and so we really fit in there. But we were there for, I think it was like a month and 1 week, and then, so let me go back to February 14th. February 14th, we looked at a house, and that's actually the house that we bought, and we are now in that house. But so yeah, we stayed in an Airbnb for less than a week, stayed at a month-to-month rental for a little over a month, and we were able to move into our new home, which I am in the yard right now. And if you're wondering what I'm in, I'm in a teepee that I made. I'm kind of hiding out from the kids so I can do this, and this is a great place. So, other than all these pokey things poking me in the face. No. But anyway, we were able to move into our new home on March 24th, and we've been here since. It's now April 30th, and we've just been kind of staying put because of the whole COVID-19 thing. We have a stay-at-home order put in place. It was until the end of this month, and now it's, I believe what Anthony said, it's now till the end of next month. So we're just staying put. We have a lot of stuff that we can do here. We have 3 acres of land and a 5-bedroom, 2-bath house. And all of it needs work. The land needs cleared. We have garden beds that we need to work on still, which I'm currently looking at. And just tons of work. Painting the outside of the house, the inside, some of the house needs painted inside. And but yeah, so actually my plan with this teepee, my original plan, I had gotten some inspiration from one of my Facebook friends who is part of a Hawaii homesteading group on Facebook, and she shared it on that group and gave me some inspiration to build a teepee of my own. And my original plan was to build it to where we could use it as a passion fruit trellis, but there was just a bird right by me. But it's definitely not big enough or strong enough for that. So now I'm going to use it as a pea trellis, and I'm going to kind of keep it where it's at, and then clear the grass out and make a little garden area around it, and take all of, I don't know if you can see it, this stuff, they're really, I don't know what they are, like some kind of frond or something, I'm not sure, but take those out, and then let the peas climb up it, and it'll be cool, and we can come in here, and we can sit, and we can pick peas, and yeah. So anyways, a little bit more about what we are doing here. What we have been doing here since we got here. we've started some raised beds, which still need a ton of work and more soil, and yeah, it's a mess right now. But a lot of the things that we have going are a mess because there's just so much going on that we are like dragged from here to here, plus having 2 little ones, and not being able to finish something all the way, and then you kind of get distracted because there's so much stuff going on. So it's kind of hard sometimes to focus. But anyways, so we captured some baby chickens, some wild chickens. There were 2 mamas that were raising 13 baby chickens together. There were 14. One got lost, and there were actually multiple mamas that were here. These are all wild chickens, but there were multiple chickens here, mama chickens that had babies. So we started with 20 baby chickens running around, and we ended up getting 13 of them into our chicken pen that we had built with their 2 mamas that were raising them. And so now we have them. We got rid of 8 of the babies because having 15 chickens in that coop we just felt was too many, and we didn't want that many chickens anyways. So we have 5 baby chickens now and their 2 moms, and then there's still some chickens, wild chickens, running around. They actually perch in a tree that's right over there every night, and so we have to figure out what we're going to do with them so they don't tear up our garden when we plant it. And yeah, so that should be interesting, trying to capture them and figure out what we're doing with them. I don't know if we're going to keep the hens and the roosters and put them in the pen, or I don't know. We don't really want that many chickens though. So what else? We have a cat. He came with the house, and his name is Yondo, and he is the sweetest cat ever. He just follows you around wherever you go. He just wants loves and cuddles, and it doesn't take much to get him to purr. And we don't really know much about him. We don't know how old he is. We just know his name. And honestly, I thought he was a she when we first got here, and I also thought the cat, I thought it was pregnant too because he's quite plump. But he's just well fed on probably lizards, mice, rats, and birds, and whatever else he can get his hands on. So, and then of course the cat food. So anyway, we got the girls some goats. They're Saanen dairy goats, 2 little females, and they're bottle fed, so they're going to be super friendly, and the bond between us and them, and the bond between the girls and their goats is going to be really strong. So the girls feed them every day, morning and night, and then they kind of graze on grass and weeds and other things during the day. And yeah, so that's kind of it, I think, for what's going on. I was thinking I would give you guys a tour of like our property and kind of show you some of the things we are doing and have done and are still doing. So yeah, and I'll give you guys a better look at this teepee too. I made it completely out of things from Mother Nature, from our earth. So anyways, I'm gonna pause this and I will resume in a second. Okay, so here is our driveway coming into our property, and they're the wild chickens. And we've got a pretty long driveway, and then got some palm trees, and over there's my teepee that I built. And you come over here, and there's our house, and I'll move over so you can see it a little bit better. But all of this is ginger, and I think the people that were caring after the house when it was for sale just kept mowing over it, so it's pretty small, but I think it gets really tall. And then we found some banana plants over here that were also mowed over. This is like old banana stalk, I think. We think it's banana. We're pretty certain. But anyways, so I'll go over here and I'll show you. We got pretty lucky because we have some, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but taro root or taro root. And I guess it's used for a lot of things like koi, or I don't even know if I'm saying that right. So here's the taro root, and there's a ton of it over there too. Anthony broke off a piece of the leaf, and you're supposed to cook it, but it can make your mouth feel numb and burn, and he decided to try it, and he learned what it feels like when you eat raw taro root. And this here, it's not doing very good right now. It wasn't doing good when we got it, but this is a jackfruit tree, and it has some new growth on it. It's looking a little bit better, but so yeah. And then we've got a pile of horse poop, and I'm gonna go over here because this is like where we're doing our raised beds, our garden area. Here's my teepee. So we still have a lot of room, or a lot of work to do. Here comes Kalai. She's got my shoes on. But yeah, so we're going to add some more stuff to that. We have to figure out what we're doing with the chickens so they don't tear it up when we plant stuff. And here's my teepee. Kalai decorated it with some barrettes and a little charm thing. And I'm going to pause this real quick while I talk to Kalai. Okay, so anyways, done talking to Kalai. She told me that she read Iva 2 books. So this is a lemon tree. We picked a ton of lemons off of it and made our own lemonade, and still have some of the lemon juice in the fridge. And over here we think they're avocado trees. I'm fairly certain they're avocado trees, but there's 2 of them there and there. And Anthony got some banana trees. So these are banana trees, and they pop up little babies as they grow. And we have 1, and there's a little teeny tiny one where that rock is. And then, so that's 2, 3, and there's another one, 4, 5, and then 6. So he had bought 6, and then there were already 2 here that were good, like well established. So this is one of them. And then here's the other one, which has a very, very small rack of bananas. I think there's like 10 bananas on it. It's kind of funny. They weren't very well cared for when we got them, or when we got here. So we've been mulching them and caring for them. So they're doing a lot better, and I think that's the only reason why we got bananas is because we did what we did. So, yeah. I'm going to take you over to the tire swing I made for the girls the other day that they absolutely love. So before I take you to the tire swing, here's a little better picture of the house. And we plan on painting it. It needs painted, and Anthony started to seal the roof. I don't know if you can tell, but the first layer of the roof is white. He started to seal that. And then he still has to do the upper half and the other side. So, and then over here, a big round tank, that's our water catchment system. So all the water we get, we get it from the rain. It rains a lot here. We're in a jungle, so, or rainforest. And so we get all of our water from that. And then over there is the tire swing. But all of this brown that you see used to be weeds. It was full of false staghorn ferns, and which, if you don't know what false staghorn ferns are, I'll show you real quick. But they're these, and the way they grow is like on top of each other. Like one layer will die, and then they'll sprout more, and that layer will die, and it'll just keep going. And so these trees here were just completely taken over by these ferns, and this big ohia tree here was like halfway covered in them when I was tearing them down. So all the brown will eventually be green and pretty, but right now it's brown because it used to be covered with weeds. But we're gonna put, like, I don't know, maybe a garden bed over in this area somewhere or something. We're not really sure what we're doing, and this is kind of where I threw all my waste temporarily. I think we're going to get a mulcher soon and just mulch up everything that we tear out. But here's a tire swing, and the kids love it. If you're wondering what all this roofing is doing here, as I was clearing the spot for the tire swing, I was like, there's roofing under here. And I was like, I don't really feel like getting it out. And then I decided to take it out because it was kind of a safety hazard. There's a ton of it over here. So, but it just kept going. Like, there's still some down there, and it goes back further. And this stuff, I mean, it takes a lot of energy to clear that away. Plus, we're not even sure if this over here is our property. So, anyway, I couldn't get it all out, so I buried it temporarily to possibly get it out later. But until I do, it's going to stay there. It's not a safety hazard anymore. I'll probably bury it more. But anyway, so yeah, tons of roofing, tons of work to still be done. And yeah, here's the side of our house. Kind of looks like a barn, like one of those red barns or something. Anyway, now I'm going to take you over to show you the chickens and goats, I guess. Alright, so here's the chicken pen we built, and it has a temporary tarp for a roof. We're probably going to use all that roofing we found underground for the roof. And then the goat pen is behind it. But we've got the 2 mamas and their 5 babies. Hi, girls. They just want food. But anyways, these chickens are funny. One of the mama chickens will lay underneath the other mama chicken with all of the babies. So it's pretty hilarious. And then here's our goat pen. It needs to be made bigger, but we decided to go with a pallet fence because you can get pallets super cheap or free here, and it worked better. You don't have to dig into the ground to put the poles and whatnot, because it's hard to dig into the ground with all the lava rock. But sorry, I'm like pointing at the ground. So who is this? They usually have collars on, so it's a lot easier to tell who they are. But Nella, so I know that's Nella right here because it's hard to tell in the video, I think, but she has a little bit of brown, like tan on the back of her, and she's a little smaller. So Nella is Iva's goat. Hi, baby. And this is Betsy. Hi. And yeah. So maybe eventually we can breed them and have more baby goats and have goat milk. And yeah. And this gate here is temporary. We're going to build a different gate. But yeah. Lots of things that still need to be done. But yeah. So, bye, girls. And then here's the back of our house. Lots of ugly red. And then over here, anywhere where you see it's not super green, so there's like green grass and then it's like brown. Basically where the chicken pen is, the goat pen, all the way back, all used to be covered in weeds and these pokey vine things, and it's just terrible. So, it'll eventually fill in with grass and be nicer, but yeah. So we have a fire pit over there too, so we can burn our stuff and roast marshmallows and all that. And I'm going to take you over to our little pineapple patch we have, and our lovely car that we have over there that somebody left for us, and our passion fruit. So over here we have 7 pineapple. We would have had 6, but I found this one thrown into the bushes. So we have a teeny tiny pineapple. It's so cute. It's like really small. But so there's that one. And then that one. But this is how they kind of start. And I think these are white pineapple. Somebody said that like once you try white pineapple, you'll never go back to like the yellow pineapple. So yeah, they're pretty cool. And that's about it. And then over here, still have to finish it. We're trying to find some wire, but Home Depot doesn't have wire apparently. But we're going to make a trellis somehow for our little passion fruit. Kalai's favorite fruit so far is passion fruit. And that's a purple one. And then over here is a yellow one. So I think that's kind of it for plants. I have a whole bunch of starts and whatnot on the front porch corn and all that, but I think right now I'm going to take you back to our corn patch. And all of this trail that I'm about to show you, it never used to be there. It used to be like neck high in weeds and you just pokey things. And you couldn't. We had to tame the jungle, and we're still taming the jungle. But yeah, so here this is, and our property goes back pretty far. We're not really sure how far back, but there's some palm trees that I have cleared. Everywhere where it's brown used to be super high ferns like this, so still have a lot of work to do, but we're going to make this path bigger and mow it down now that we have a mower, and further back is where our corn patch is going to be, along with a few other things. So I'm going to pause this while I walk up there, or back there, and I'll show you. Okay, so I'm coming up on the corn patch, just this little area that we mowed down, and I've started to kind of clear the rows of the weeds and whatnot, but there's all of this, and over there in those trees, that's also our property, and it goes, I think, a little bit more that way, and I think we're going to put some, we have to clear this area over here, but I think we're going to put our papaya trees over there too, and there's also a spot on the front that I didn't show you that we're going to put papaya. So yeah, and I'm going to walk over here and just kind of show you guys. It's just, it goes back so much further, and I wish I knew how far, because I just want to fill it with food, you know? I have my own food forest. I don't want to, we don't want to, as a family, we don't want to have to depend on grocery stores and, you know, depend on them to get us our food. We're on an island now, and I mean, it's not only because we're on an island, there's our house, but it's because we need to watch what we put in our bodies, and the things that are in our food these days is just, it's unacceptable. So we want to grow as much food as we can, be a little more self-dependent, and a little less dependent on big box stores, I guess. So, yeah. But that's kind of, you know, our property. Tons of stuff to clear still. Tons of stuff to plant still. That spot I cleared back there for corn it's a smaller corn patch. I used to do bigger ones at our old house in Washington, but it's enough for like 160 corn, and my original plan was to fill that whole area, but now we're going to do a small patch there, and then if it does good back here, we'll clear the area behind it and do more. So we'll kind of be getting corn continuously. But yeah, so I think that's about it. Tons of stuff to still clear. All these trees, these are all ohia trees. They're native to Hawaii, and we're going to keep them. So we'll plant around them, and we like them. It's part of Hawaii, and it's beautiful, and yeah. So anyway, there it is. All the weeds in their glory. Hopefully there are no more abandoned cars back here. Alright, so that's about it for my video. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to me kind of blabber along. I'm just walking back to the house now, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the update, and I hope you, if you haven't already, if this is your first time watching, make sure to go back and watch our other videos. This one was long overdue. It's been like over 2 months since I've posted a video, and I'll try not to let it go on that long again. So anyways, like and subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I love you guys. Bye!